What's up, Lance? What up, King? We're just here live thinking about the whole COVID thing. It's been 5 months that we've been under lockdown, and it's now getting to the point where it's like, what the hell's going on? And one of the things that's going on, I think that bothers me, is the fact that there is no real there's no conclusion to the story, and there's no cure, and nobody knows where it came from, and people aren't really talking about the virus the way I would think they would be talking about it, which is nonstop about what the cell looks like, what the cell is doing, the coronavirus virus, what it's doing. You know, I just see this many people died on the news. That's all they tell me, the numbers of infected, but they don't talk about science really, and that bothers me. That bothers me a lot. Them not talking about the science behind the effects that it has. No one, they say that it affects your lungs. Yeah, okay, we know that. But what are the long-term effects of COVID-19? They're not talking about that. So your boy here, Toffylicious, has gone on and done a little bit of reading, a little bit of searching on YouTube on what are the side effects of COVID-19. Okay. And one of the side effects has to do with the heart. It affects the heart, guys. This thing is affecting the heart, and the way it gets to the heart is that it actually becomes an attack to the brain, and that's something that no one talks about. And now there's endless amounts. I mean, I could pull up Google right now, guys, and we could talk about what effects does COVID-19 have on the brain. What effects are people coming out of this virus, this sickness, this illness, this disease? What effects are they doing long term? So people are coming out of this, coming out of the doctors, and they're saying, "Hey, man, I feel really nervous. I feel anxiety. I feel what else did I hear? I hear my heart beating really fast, and you know." I'm getting really weird thoughts. Like I'm feeling paranoid. Paranoid, guys. A lot of people are coming out of this with unstable mental conditions. We're like right now living in a very unstable time. I can see how you can get a mental condition from what's going on. Our economy is going to crap. Unemployment is going real high. So I can see that. But a lot of people are saying that they're having mental issues with this. After the sickness, people get mental issues. So my point is, are we watching an attack on a brain through a virus in a large scale? I'm sure, bro, if you don't mind, I want to say that any type of disease could be detained for 40 days, but this corona took too much time. I think this has been used for lethal weapon as well as proper strategies against the countries. Don Army, that's exactly where I wanted to take this conversation, Don Army. And I'm actually close to Don Army Gaming. That is an amazing comment right now. Perfect. I will go into that after what I think is happening, but I want to talk about the mental condition that people are in because of COVID-19. So people are having a psychotic episodes after they come out of this COVID-19, guys. Okay. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So it's looking like a lethal. It's become lethal now. If it's attacking the brain, it's no longer the flu. It's become super lethal in the way that it could kill someone not at the beginning, but in at a couple years time, that person will probably break down with a seizure or an epileptic attack or something of that nature. That's what I fear out of this virus. This virus should have been retained. You're right. This virus should have been retained, and any type of disease could be retained for 40 days, but this corona took too much time. I think it has been used lethal weapon as well as proper strategies against the countries. As it has been. I think you're 100% right. Wow. So we are looking at a virus that attacks the brain. We're looking at very crazy times right now. Very crazy times. Times that I've never lived through times like these. Lockdowns and people not going to work. I've never seen anything like it, guys. And we gotta like, as a group, like come together and just look up what's going on and tell people what's going on, because the news, for sure as heck, are not doing their job. I had to go out and look for information so I can make up my mind if the virus was real or not. Because the news have lied to us before. The news don't tell us the full story. We all know that. The news are bought and paid for by the people that want the better side of the story. What's up, Chick A? So, as a person that lives their life like every day, just like you and me, just like us here, I had to go out and do my own research because these people on the news are not doing their job. They don't tell you the news. They tell you what you want to hear. And that's what I'm sick of. All right? So I'm here talking to you about something that is affecting all of us. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't have any cure. But I just want to talk to you about what we have to do as a society to get on with what's going on. We had a comment up above talking about a lethal weapon being used on countries. What country could that be? China? I wonder who. We're looking at an attack people from China. This is a Chinese attack on the United States through a virus called COVID-19. How do we have evidence of that? Do we have evidence of that? We don't have evidence that it directly was made in China. But who is America's biggest enemy? I would say it's China. You're divine. Go ahead and ask away. So what I'm trying to do is I live in LA, and I'm trying to make people from the podcast world know what's going on. So I've been actually looking into trying to tweet to people what the hell is going on Twitter, right? You guys could follow me. It's LA underscore Edmund. That is my Twitter. I will type it in the chat. La Edmund is my Twitter, everybody. Go ahead and join that. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the people that do podcasts here to talk to me about COVID-19, or talk to the people that I listen to that do COVID-19. And now we're talking Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz was on the Joe Rogan show. And what he did and what he said on that Joe Rogan show was, y'all wanted a zombie apocalypse, right? Well, you got it. Joey Diaz is leaving LA at the moment. He's getting out of LA because it's freaking nuts in LA. Rioting. People just acting differently. I live in LA. People are acting rude as hell. People are not driving the same. People are driving really fast. I'm seeing, guys, firsthand, living in a big city, what the effects of COVID-19 does to the brain. So, craziness is a part of it, my guys. And if any of you guys out there are out in LA, you guys know already how freaking crazy Los Angeles is. People are crazy as it is. I'm telling you, after COVID-19, people in Los Angeles are not the same. They're extra crazy. Okay? Just got in a car accident 2 days ago. I live by a freaking freeway. All right? I got hit in the back. I live by a freeway. I can hear people ripping down the streets at 130 miles per hour. Just ripping, dude. 2 o'clock in the morning. And you're like, holy shit, I never ever heard that before. Neighbors upstairs are going insane. They flooded their freaking house. I live in an apartment right upstairs. I mean, it's gotten crazy. Like, just in my apartment alone, we had the neighbor drill a hole to the other neighbor's fucking house, creeping her the fuck out, handing her a fucking note of love through the hole. I mean, that's how crazy people are getting in LA, guys. That's fucking nuts. That's some creep stuff right there. But I never would have imagined those people doing it. And I'm telling you, this coronavirus is attacking the brain. It's for sure seeable. I'm going to post a link. I can't post a link because I'll come off the chat. But if you do follow me, I'll be posting a lot of videos on updates that I'm getting from different YouTubers on YouTube. One of them being Kevin McCairn. I'll spell it for you guys. What's up, Shimbazi? What's up, Jocko Loco? Welcome to the channel. We're talking about COVID-19 and the attacks on the brain. The attacks on the brain are very, very real, my guys. I'm living in LA. I live in a big city. That doctor there, type that in. Kevin McCairn, PhD, talking about coronavirus. The man does brain studies. He was doing monkey studies for a long time, trying to understand how viruses attack the brain. So when this happened, he was one of my first guys that I've actually paid attention to. And he put me on the path of thinking that this virus is attacking the brain. I can't stress that enough, people. COVID-19 has secondary side effects, and those secondary side effects are brain problems, brain functions, guys. This is what we're seeing. All right? Simba, what's up? So, if you have a virus that's attacking the brain of a society, wouldn't it be easy? Wouldn't it be like, wouldn't you see it as, oh man, this is a perfect, if I was a country that didn't like the United States, I would see that as an opportunity to go and do things that you would not have done otherwise. Okay? And by that, I mean you would be attacking the United States. I am assured that the United States is under attack through a biological weapon from China. It's just looking very shady. No one's really talking about what is happening. No one really even knows what the virus is all about. Angelia, Slogan, what's up? Welcome to the channel. We're talking about coronavirus. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. I want to ask the audience if there's anything you guys know about the coronavirus. Is there anything you guys know about the coronavirus that is new to you, or something that you feel is something that you want to talk about the coronavirus? Has your family been affected by the coronavirus? That's my question to you. JV Matilk, what's up, bud? Hello. Yes, the coronavirus is a very dangerous weapon being used on the United States. It is attacking the brain, everybody. The brain is being attacked. That is what we're... Okay, hello, I am from Brazil. Hola, brasileiro. Brasileiro. How are you? How is COVID-19 treating you over there, bro? Say... piss. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can say that. I don't even know what you're trying to tell me. I don't even know how to say that. But I do want you to tell me one thing. How is COVID-19 treating you over there, sir? Brazil, if you're there, let us know how COVID-19 is doing in Brazil. We want an update from you. We want an update from Brazil. And I want to know, how is COVID-19 doing over there? Wow, did you speak well? Brasileiro. Yes. That is what we're talking about here, guys. We're talking about COVID-19. Estamos hablando de COVID-19. I also speak Spanish, so if you guys speak Spanish, let me know. Okay, bye. This is fun. Milk. Oh man, what can we do though? What can we do? This whole COVID-19 is out of hand. I got to do a little bit more work when it comes to my studies on COVID-19. So today, what I'm going to be doing is doing my own research and writing things down. Got to write things down, guys, on a piece of paper, just so I know that what I'm reading and so I can know that I'm understanding what I'm reading, basically, because there's so much going on. Science Journal came out a couple days ago, and this is all stuff I should be writing down, talking about how the brain is being affected by COVID-19, how it's attacking the central nervous system, how people are describing symptoms of nervousness, anxiety, paranoia, schizophrenic thoughts or idea or ways of being, psychosis, my guys. People are coming out of this virus and they're claiming insanity, my guys. If you guys ever played Plague, the game Plague on Android, there would be a lot of what's going on the game, right? Like the game talks about a virus that spreads to country. You could bug it out. You could make that thing the most insane bug ever on that game, bro. And what's scary is that I remember my favorite thing to buff up my viruses on that game, Plague. And you guys, if you guys never played Plague, it's a freaking fun game. You have to create a virus that kills the world, right? So here I am playing this game, Plague, and I'm buffing this thing up. And one of my favorite things to buff it with was insanity, because a part of the game was you had to look at the you had to actually look at the news on the top, and it would be like Spain has declared, quarantine, and news flashes like the birds are migrating, and that was a clue for you to spread the virus onto the birds, so the birds could carry the virus over. So you had all these ideas, right? So one of the things I loved killing the world in Plague Inc., the game, was using insanity. So one of the first thing I did, one of the first things I would be doing, guys, in Plague Inc., was attacking attacking the brain by having the virus enter the brain, and then started giving people side effects of like paranoia, so people started like freaking out a little bit. And these are all the effects I'm seeing from COVID-19, my guys. These are all effects that are actually coming out from people that had COVID-19. So, unmute me in your Omlet chat. Kush, what's up? Nami, what's going on? Squid 1, Squid 2, Squid 3. So that's one of the things that we've been seeing in this, is that it has been following the Plague Inc. Game so good. It's like, what is this? Are we actually playing Plague Inc. in real life? Like, again, Dr. Kevin McCairn has shouted out the D-Live channel at Kush Toffee, and Kevin McCairn is a man with actual reputation in neuroscience, and that's the information I'm getting from. You can look him up on Wikipedia. This guy is on Wikipedia, looking at monkey brains, understanding the effects of viruses on a monkey brain. And I love his work. I've been listening to his work. I'm on his socials. I'm on his Twitters, and I keep up to date with the man because his work is relevant to what's going on, and I pay attention to that. So we're going through some study a couple of days ago, and we were talking about how a zombie virus-like state of society is arising from this virus. A zombie-like state meaning very impulsive human beings, right? Zombies are impulsive. All they want is to what? Gobble down the way they act, right? The way they act. The zombie-like state is a phenomenon to watch on screen. But now, if you start looking at the Portland riots that have been going on for now 78 days, I would presume 78 days, you would see that the people acting out in these signs of rebellion are not necessarily very clear with their message. They're destroying things now for no reason out in Portland, Oregon, my guys. They're out there saying that they want to create equality, that the cops should listen to them and not kill people. That's fine, guys, but there's already been killings on these riots. Killings that a 4 or 5-year-old has been shot out in Portland, Oregon, things that shouldn't happen because you want change for less violence. Those things should not happen. You shouldn't be getting little people killed because you want change in the government. You know, like, you don't kill people to change that cops shouldn't kill people. There's already been reports of that. You know, we have communist type ideologies being pushed by Antifa. Antifa seems very prone to violence, and reading up just a little bit on like what Antifa is, doesn't really seem that they're the nicest types of people, right? Every time they go and protest, there's always a big chaotic mess. And to be honest, to make change in the world, you gotta have diplomacy, you have to use your words, you gotta be smart, you gotta add yourself to the conversation of politics, not become an agitator of violence. Because that's what Antifa has become to me. Mr. Poopy Butthole Gaming, welcome to the channel. We're talking about the COVID virus. We got a shout out from a doctor, the good doc, on DLive. His name is Kevin McCarran. He is a PhD, and my YouTube channel got a buff. So I'm actually kind of happy about that. I've been listening to his information, and his information is indicating that we have now a neurological side effect to COVID-19. It's attacking the brain, Mr. Poopy Butthole. I cannot believe it. Little paper in Spain came out talking about how the people that were coming out with the COVID-19 and recovered are showing symptoms of schizophrenia. And I was also talking on the chat how the game Plague Inc. is following steps of massive world domination, world control of this virus, killing the whole world, because this game is all about creating viruses and killing the world. I was talking to the chat about how one of my favorite elements of buffing up a virus was adding a chaotic state of mind. When you add that element onto the virus, you destabilize the society. People don't know what to do. People don't know what's up, what's down. They're confused or easily persuaded. You know, violence is their impulse to violence increases, and that's exactly what we're seeing here in the United States, my guys. We're seeing an unstable United States. We're seeing people rioting on the streets for 78 days already, guys, over Floyd Mayweather, right? Or sorry, the guy that was killed. What was his name, guys? Type it in the chat if you guys remember the man that was attacked by the police. Kong Nguyen Ven. What's up? Hey, bro, can we play PUBG Mobile sometime? Of course, Mr. Poopy Butthole, we can. But first, we're talking about COVID-19. Joey Diaz, a comedian on YouTube, was on the Joe Rogan show, and he just dropped a truth bomb. He's giving you stories in that podcast that he's noticing things are getting weird in LA, and I've been noticing things getting weird in LA. All right. So he's talking about this story where he's in North Hollywood. He's looking around CVS, one of our pharmaceuticals out here, and the girl was like, give me my wallet. And Joey Diaz was just watching this altercation happen between a man and a woman. And the craziness of it, at a CVS, guys, you have a pimp and a prostitute have a fight. And, you would see this from time to time, but I'm telling you guys, LA's getting weird. I'm starting to see things of that nature all the time. I'm seeing homeless people walk around with knives out where I'm at. Homeless people, you never were afraid of the homeless man. You never kind of were. You just kind of, you don't get near him. But you're never like, oh my gosh, he's going to kill me. Dude, this homeless guy had a fucking knife, man. We're getting some weird reports of weird people, just people acting a bit strange. that is what we're focusing on, guys. We're focusing on the craziness of society here in the United States. We want to make sense of what's happening, and what's making sense is this report coming out of Spain. And this report coming out of Spain is telling us that we have now found out that it has a biological, a psychological effect on the brain. We're seeing some weird dynamics right now. It's just... I start sweating. I feel anxious when I'm thinking about it. You know? But this is a Joe Rogan experience that we're talking about. They're talking about zombies. They're talking about zombies on there. You know, Joey Diaz goes on to say how, you know, you guys wanted a zombie takeover. Well, there it is. There it is. So you think the crazies is a zombie virus? Yes, Mr. Poopy Hole. It's not a joke, man. I think it's altering people's way of thinking, man. Again, if you don't like my work or you think my work's out of hand, dude, look up what I'm talking about. Look up actual people talking. Look at science journals that are coming out with attacks on the central nervous system. There's reports on it being schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is coming out of this virus, man. We don't know what this virus is, dude. We don't. That's why they're so afraid. Look, United States at the beginning wasn't wearing a mask. That's how little we don't know about this virus, Mr. Poopy Butthole Gaming. We need to be on top of the stories, man. These guys are not going to do it. We were wearing no mask for so long. You know who didn't wear a mask? Got infected. And the people that did wear masks, like Japan, nothing happened to their economy, dude. They were still working. They have it under control because everybody wore a mask. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. There is a difference of living right now. People in Japan have less cases. They all wore their mask, and they're right next to China, right? In the United States, they didn't require us to wear a mask. Yes, I will be playing PUBG later, guys. PUBG will be later. If you said it before, I never say it. I never say it. Blame China for the outbreak. Jax Woods, welcome back. What's up, man? Yes, dude. We are gonna blame China for this. China lied. People died, guys. China lied. Babies died, my guys. Because the kids are now being infected. Jax Wood, the coronavirus is so real. It is so real. People are talking about it, man, like it's not even real anymore. And that's pissing me off, guys. People that are talking about this virus like it's not even real is pissing me off to no end. I'll tell you one thing, man. Some of these people that are into conspiracy to take it too long. I'm not saying conspiracy is wrong. I think conspiracy is real. I think the conspiracy to kill the president is real. I think the conspiracy to kill someone is real. Conspiracy as a way of doing something malicious to somebody is real. So if you talk about conspiracy, you're talking about people that are thinking about evil things to do to people. So conspiracy is real. Conspiracy theory is also real. Fanatical bullshit is fake. You know, that when you're looking at things like, oh, fucking this, everything's a fucking, like, you know what a conspiracy theorist is and what I'm talking about. I'm talking about things that are actually based on fact. The virus from China is killing people. The virus from China is now attacking the brain. Science journals are coming out talking about the virus attacking the brain. I'm in LA, I'm in a big city, and I can see that this virus is creating havoc in the States. Havoc in Portland, Oregon. Havoc in Chicago. People are not. Minneapolis was under attack too. Minneapolis went insane, didn't they? Hey guys, does it make sense to create more violence to solve violence? I mean, if my mom and dad were fighting, would it make sense for my mom to hit my dad, or vice versa, my dad to hit my mom? If each other were hitting each other, that doesn't solve anything, right? My mom hitting my dad, and my dad hitting my mom, that's not going to solve anything. Honestly, that's a freaking metaphor. But what I'm saying is that violence does not solve violence. That's insanity. So why would you go and loot and riot? I understand your people are up to the teeth with police violence. I hate police violence, guys. I would never, ever, ever condone that. I'll never go ahead and support police violence. What I support is people in the police force learning how to treat each other, learning how to talk to the community, how to be a part of the community, not be enemies of the public, right? Mr. Poopy Butthole coming at us. Why are you streaming talking about this if there is already? Because people that talk like me, because I'm not a PhD. People that talk like me could reach people at a lower education level. That's why I'm talking about it. Because we could be reaching people that are next to us, you know? My friends and my family. Like, those are the people these people that are talking about it, like Kevin McCarran on YouTube, could not reach. That guy cannot reach my mom, dude. My mom's old. You know, like, she's not gonna be on YouTube, bro. That's why I have to talk about it. I don't sound like a pro, but if you guys listen to this guy talk about COVID-19 and the attack of central nervous system, you would be shocked. This man knows so much. I can only give you the glimpse, the couple of little words that I can say, man. This guy has words for every little thing, every little symptoms, and I have to use the easy words, you know, so I could explain to you guys that this is an attack on the brain. It's starting to look like a biological weapon to take over the United States. Now, let's go back to China, all right? China, at the moment, has been mobilizing military. They've been mobilizing military, and there's talks, if you guys want to look back, there's talks on them taking over Thailand, okay? The reason why they haven't taken over Thailand is because of U.S. interference. They have weakened the United States economic system by giving us a virus. Now, for us to make a move against China, it's going to be a little bit harsher, man. You know, they have 1 million people in their army vaccinated against the coronavirus out there. 1 million of their troops have been vaccinated with a vaccine. They were ready for this, dude. They've been working on this shit, man. 1 million of their troops are now vaccinated. My goodness, dude. My goodness. People talking about it. Kushir Nay, never saw in my chat. Coronavirus is only a problem, still cause of the countries that still won't stay home. Yes, it's still a problem. But the problem roots from a biological attack. Now let's talk about the virus. And what I understand from the virus is that when you look at this little virus with the microscope, you could see that it has little weapons. It has claws. It grips to other cells, and it grips to it so it could control it. So it grips it and it has the ability to make a regular cell into a coronavirus cell, spreading the virus even more. We're looking at it hitting nicotine receptors inside. People that smoke nicotine might be kind of happy that they're already fulfilling the fact that the nicotine receptors being stimulated by the nicotine that they're ingesting, and hopefully thus then creating a way for the virus not to attack their nicotinic receptors in their body. Let's just hope that's the truth, but I don't know. That's just obviously just the thing that they're just talking about right now. Nothing very stable there. Wear a gas mask instead of the surgical mask, and National Guard is in LA. Yes, it is. There is, and we should be wearing very tightly fitted gas masks, dude. You're not talking Thailand oil and land China. I am. There might be a vaccine in 2021. What's up, Kush? What's up, Oreo? What's going on? These words are fake. Oh, Jimster, how about you just shut up? Because there's really no basis to your comment. There's no credibility to your comment whatsoever. When coronavirus is infecting hundreds of countries and people are coming out with side effects of psychological side effects, central nervous system side effects. And that's what we're talking about today, guys. Please let me know what part of your country is doing, how your countries are doing. If you're from China, let me know how your country's doing. OG Oreo, Jimster. I know it's not going to cure everybody. It's not about the cure, dude. There is no cure, Jimster. That's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm trying to tell people that there is no cure for this shit, man. I'm trying to tell people that what's going to happen next, Jimster, is war. I'm trying to tell people that's what's going to happen after this is going to be hunger. I'm trying to tell you, Jimster, that what's going to happen is the United States is going to be under chaos, okay? If there is a wave 2 in the United States, it's the end of America as you know it. And you know that, I know that, we all know that. Okay? It's not going to cure anything. It's not about the cure, man. So, let's think about this virus. Let's make this virus a success. Sorry. 1 second, guys. Gotta mute notifications. 1 second. And I can't mute notifications right now. But anyways, you talk about it. Is it going to be? My country is doing good. Haven't heard much. That's good. That's good. But that's the thing, is that people aren't dying from this. One second, getting notifications, and we're back. Okay. My country isn't doing good. Haven't heard much. Okay, my country isn't doing good. What country are you from, if I may ask? But remember, guys, this isn't a deadly virus. This isn't killing people, like, on the spot, my guys, all right? This is a... If you guys just look at this virus, guys, under a microscope, just go on Google, look at this virus. Look at the corona, the SARS-CoV-1, because this is SARS-CoV-2, guys. This is another SARS virus, but it has a very intense weapon. It has claws. It has this thing coming out of its middle right here. It has like this thing coming out of the cell in the middle, and it looks ugly. It looks like it's where it attacks. It's like it's little turrets, and it has claws. I mean, if you guys look at this cell from a microscope and compare it with SARS-CoV-1, and you compare it with SARS-CoV-2, the difference is insane. COVID-2 has fucking spikes and bullshit coming out of it. It looks ugly. It has been altered in a laboratory for people to die from, but not instantly. I don't know if that's what they wanted. You know, again, you could control a virus and what it does if you have the intelligence. So these weapons, right? These weapons are now seen on SARS-CoV-2. And it goes to show that this has been actually created. It didn't mutate that quick, man. SARS-CoV-2 was like 2003, maybe? It mutated like 5 different times. And another thing that's been very fishy about this is the fact that we are seeing different types of COVID in different countries. Now, I heard that in Japan, the coronavirus is different. In Saudi Arabia, the coronavirus looked different under the microscope. So there's different types of COVID wrapping all over the world, guys. So one shot's not going to be good enough. They're going to try to sell you, guys. They're going to try to sell you a vaccine. Don't buy the vaccine because there's so many types of coronaviruses that were made. Like I said, coronavirus in Japan's different. Coronavirus in Saudi Arabia was different. Coronavirus in Italy was different. I want you guys to go on Google and take my word for it and put that on there and check out the random mutations. When you see random mutations, that's a telltale sign that this has been altered in a laboratory, that there is someone behind this. Someone's behind it, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Once you guys understand what the fuck is going on, all right? We got to take this day by day, guys. I'm so pissed right now that people cannot see the fact that this is more than just a virus. This is more than just a virus. No one it could be cured from, guys. Okay? No one could be cured from. Not with medicine, only by God's hand. May God protect all of us and keep us safe from this deadly virus. Like the T and the G virus from Resident Evil. Yeah, the T and the G virus. Exactly. Let's talk about Resident Evil, Jax. So, Jax, can you type in... I want to know more about this T and J virus and how it took part in the story of Resident Evil. So... my goodness, man, that's the good point that you put there, man. There's all these movies, 28 Days Later, about this virus that attacks. There's all these movies that show a virus attacking and creating zombies, right? They call that predictive programming, right? When you're watching something over and over, zombie movies, viruses attacking the world, creating what? Creating a virus-minded human. A virus-minded human, a zombie-like human. And then predictive programming at its finest. You watch it happen in real life. I want to say that those kinds of games were predicting something to come. Resident Evil Jax Wood was predicting something to come. Next thing will become mindless zombies. Exactly. And Jax, are you aware of Portland, Oregon, and how mindless these humans are, saying that it's okay to take money from the cops because the cops are evil? Would you say all cops are evil? I wouldn't say all cops are evil. I say there's some cops that shouldn't be cops. That's what I say. But I think cops are necessary, guys. I don't know about you, but I feel safer when I call a cop and someone's breaking into my fucking door and I call a cop and I feel just a little bit better, right? I don't feel safe if there wasn't cops, guys. And these guys are making the argument that all cops should die. That is so stupid and mindless, guys. Wake up, guys. Wake up. Not all cops should die, all right? Not all cops should die. No one should die. No one needs to get killed. We just got to make sure that we stiffen up our ability to screen cops, to make sure that we have cops with common sense, okay? Shooting someone or doing something horrible to them, like putting a knee on your neck for 5 minutes. That's not common sense, dude. That's not common sense, all right? That's stupid. And those people need to get screened. Okay? All cops are nice if they're in a good mood. But that's the thing, is that when you have power like that, Jax, you should know that your job is to be good and nice. You know, your mood and your power should not coexist. Your mood and your power should not intertwine, because that would lead you to blind decisions. Because of your power, you should be nicer. Because of your power, you have to take care of others. That is the ability of non-thinking that we're seeing in our police force. Just don't be corrupt. Exactly. Just don't be corrupt, Jax. Exactly. You know, how hard is that? You know, like can you guys? But within the own cop system, in the cops itself, dude, there's so much corruption, dude. I bet. Okay, now this is 1991. CIA bringing in cocaine inside of LA and funneling it through the cops. So cops have been known to be corrupt. Cops have been known to be very corrupt for their own well-being, you know? So we got to think about that stuff, and this is why the cops are not respected anymore. You know, cops are not respected because they end up being the worst of the worst. And there's a lot of corrupt cops. We need a reform. We need a police reform, guys. That's what we should be fighting for, not looting and taking innocent people's businesses over by turning them into flames. This is just crazy. But back to the virus, guys. China is attacking the United States. A lot of people suffered, guys. If the Chinese were open about it, like their ventilator strategies, and they were like, you know, they didn't share any of that information with us, guys. They didn't share how they were treating people. Nothing. They just science. The China lied, man. Play Watchdog 2. You'll figure the cops and the FBI is corrupt in that game. Yeah. Again, you're talking about video games that do say a lot about how life works, man. That game says so much about. I gotta check it out, man. I gotta check it out. Holy shit. Gonna have to check that out. China deserves to be nuked for coronavirus. It's definitely a call for war. It's definitely a call for war, Jax. Now, I don't know, man. I don't like violence, though, man. You know, I don't like calling out for violence or anything like that. But we got people in Hollywood, you know, talking about how the coronavirus it's taking over the minds of the population, guys. It's attacking the brain, my guys. Joey Diaz on the Joe Rogan show. Check it out, guys, if you guys haven't. It's a good talk. Joey Diaz, a comedian, is leaving LA because it's just too crazy. So, New York, Chicago, it's all really bad. The social fabrics are falling apart. Yep. So the coronavirus isn't a medical issue. It's an act of war. And people are trying to make money out of this. You know, like selling masks or selling the vaccine. And I got the cure. I got this. We need to look at it straightforward, guys. And just look at the source. Shootings are going off. You hear what's going on with Black Lives Matter. They're acting pretty insane in Chicago, guys. You just got to look that up. There's probably some decent people in that group, but there's definitely there's some corruptness going on in there because there's violence coming out of those groups, guys. Yep. Seattle and Portland, guys. Seattle and Portland. Those are communist infiltration groups out in Seattle and in Portland. You know, and those kinds of infiltrations are all up and down the west coast of California. Things are ratcheting up. We're going into October. They've been out in Portland, Oregon, protesting now for 7 to 8 days. They might take it out to October. It's getting weird. There's people out there, Jax, that are trying to disrupt the political climate that we're in. And that's what we're seeing in Portland and Seattle, man. There's no result that will be satisfactory for these people. What's their end game? They just want to end the United States? What the hell is their end game? People getting sucker punched, It doesn't surprise me, but just random people just getting sucker punched. Insanity is consuming, guys, in the streets of the United States. We are seeing a lot of bad acting in our communities, in our societies. Schools are opening up. Guys, schools are opening up. Kids are carrying the virus, everybody. Just so you guys know. We're going to get kids that are sick. The parents are going to get sick. People are smoking, drinking, whatever it is. They're going to be unhealthy. The kids might bring back a virus with these schools opening up. The kids might bring back the virus to the parents. 50% of the patients are coming out with neurological issues. 50% that needs to be talked about, dude. It's insanity. A militia that carries a .22 LR in the United States is a bad idea because it's not threatening. A .22 LR is like a plastic toy to someone that's in the military. A shotgun is much more deadly than a .22 LR. I do agree with that. I'm not having my daughter at school. That's good. Jax, keep your daughter at home. Keep your family at home. But we have to get society back, dude. We don't know what's coming 6 months from now. Because if this is a case of a biological release, and these are perfect weapons, because it becomes virtually impossible to pinpoint where it comes from, there's no real... it's like a missile has an arc, you can tell exactly where it's coming from. These weapons are perfect weapons, guys. Biological weapons are perfect weapons to nuke a town with the virus rather than an actual, rocket of sorts. So this could be ongoing, guys. We could be seeing all these types of viruses coming out and destabilizing the United States. If you guys ever saw 12 Monkeys, that's exactly what happens in that movie. So the first plan for the the first plan, I remember when it came out, was just get all the hospitals clear because we don't know what's going to happen. So clear the hospitals. So we had no people at the hospitals. We had nothing. Just cleared them all out. But that was a bad thing to do because yep. So we have people at the beginning clear out these hospitals. They weren't being used. We didn't know what the hell was going to happen, but a lot of people died because of that. You see, we got to keep this this stable at the end of the day. It's crazy. It's scary, but we can't be shutting things down, dude. This is gonna be messing us up all around, all around. I bet a lot of people at that time when they closed down those hospitals died because of some instead of going to the doctors, right, to get checked. They were not going to go to the doctor because they're afraid of coronavirus being at the doctors, at the hospitals. So there's been a lot of confusion. And that's why I'm talking on the mic today, guys, because we need to get clarity on this whole virus. This is getting to the point of insane. Coronavirus came from the Dynasty area. Ooh. That's interesting, Jax. Have the U.S. Army stay in the USA and help National Guard. Exactly. Exactly. We're going to have to make our borders very safe. We should have locked down the airports, man. We should have locked down the airports. Should have shut it down. I was working before Christmas, and I didn't know what was going to happen next, man. I continue to work, you know? So what if China? What if this is an all-out war on the United States? Aren't we at the most vulnerable point right now to be attacked? Wouldn't you think that right now other countries that don't like us could attack us right now because we are at our weakest? Because they caught us flat-footed. The soft underbelly of the United States was the civilian population. We had the land, sky, and navy, but we never thought of securing. The National Guard never secured the civilian population, guys. We're seeing a very tough time. Those immigration acts, all that stuff, man. We should have been paying a lot more attention to all that, making sure that we had nothing but real Americans coming in and real, certified immigrants coming in. Keeping this world safe. Now we're open to attacks that are of this nature because we didn't secure our borders. Because we let go of us caring about immigrants. This is a fourth generational warfare. This isn't the war of a Second World War. This is not Vietnam. This is a Marine storming the beach. Maybe to come. But this is a lead up. The equivalent of a blitzkrieg. As people are just trying to think about what's going on, and if you're the opinion of what's going on right now is completely fake, then if you think this is all 100% fake, for like trying to swing an election and there's nothing going on, and it's all theater and it's only to swing an election, you are an obstacle on the battlefield. You're a victim of the PSYOP war because you're not thinking clearly. And we got to look at that word PSYOP. There are civilian casualties going on. We have to accept this fact. We're extremely unhealthy, guys. Massive corporations have... Our corporations have been taken over by Chinese. I mean, we are under attack, guys. The fact that the United States is so big and so beast and making it so good for us to eat and so on and so forth, like that was all an attack on the United States to get us fat. You know? There's going to be a lot of it. There's already a lot of shit. I'm talking the smokers are going to be affected by this. So, nextstrain.org is what I promote people guys to go check out. So you guys can check out what other people are saying about the symptoms that they're feeling. Iran got hammered. And that was an indicator that something was going on with perhaps moves on the chessboard. We're all seeing a whole initiative of China, Russia, and some Middle Eastern countries that are making moves right now, guys, because China knows that the United States is weak. So we're seeing a lot of people move big, like they're trying to do this Belt and Road, right? The Belt and Road, which will help China import their stuff through Russia and into the Middle East, right? So that's an economical war right there. That's economy 101 right there, dude. People are making big moves because of us being under attack. I still have to work but stay in the States. They only care about the rich and important people. Close the borders and airports. Ban TikTok. That's right, dude. All of these things are real. TikTok was used to spy on the human population. We've seen that TikTok was used to go into account user info and take your stuff. That's what TikTok was doing. There's just so much to think about, guys. News just coming in saying that some parts of the United States were attacked with a higher, more lethal version of the virus. Everybody wanted a zombie apocalypse? Well, then, bam, you got it. Ha 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 ha, I'm a zombie. Fuck. Salty French frites, what's going on? It's still just a virus, guys. It's just that a lot of people will survive, all right? And there's enough evidence that it came from a laboratory, guys. Well, ever know who fucking made it, well, all that paperwork has been shredded, so you'll never get the Chinese to admit it, you know? So there, we will get through this, guys. We will get through this, but we have to pay attention to people creating laboratory made viruses. So we could probably be looking at like a standoff. But what is the ultimate plan? If you look across time, what they seem to be doing is aiming for the the classic globalized world. You know, that is there is an it's like a new world, like a one government for all, right? When Trump came into office and he signed off Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, and a whole bunch of other countries walked in and did it, and the UK jumped on and did that. These are big factors that are going forward. And the oligarch class, I don't think, I don't think you could just say it's just a certain specific person. It has all the populations revolving around this. There is an oligarch class, yes. Compared to the size of the population, there's a high proportion. But they have this strong group in preference, but they also have that in Asia too. They will never disrupt their culture to accommodate anybody. We've been destabilized within our country, guys. You know, we allowed other people to come into this country without being certified. And if you were to go to China, you couldn't be a doctor. You have to have citizenship and all that. In the United States, we allow everybody in, and that's not good. This is where we're seeing the weakening of the society, is by allowing immigrants in and not getting them certified. We need certified immigrants, guys. NATO. Yeah, I don't know if I trust NATO, man. Yeah. Damn, dude. So the grand plan, I think, is all countries are united and nobody has their hands clean. I mean, we're talking China. We're talking. It seems pretty crazy to think about, guys. But we we're looking at a so the chosen class. We'll take a look at the rich, the super rich, and how they might be a part of this, right? So the EU, they've been planning Silk Road thing, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I it seems really hard to understand where the fuck it becomes theater and what's real. It's just insane. But I do feel like this is all going to just want to unify all countries together somehow through the virus, right? We're going to see a whole world coming together to fight the virus, and I don't know. But well, yeah, I mean that's all I have right now at the moment about the coronavirus. Um, I'll be putting on a show up a little better. Nothing so scattered as it was today. This is just a couple of tests that I'm doing with my headset, and just trying to get to see how I will be talking, and what way I would be talking, what way I'm going to go with this podcast. Um, Writing things down and making sure that everything's on notes is going to be the way, because I kind of lost my thought a lot throughout the talk, and I do apologize for that. But it's just there's so much to think and say. You just get lost within all the information. But I have to name the podcast also, so I'll be thinking of that. At the moment, I'm just cleaning up the house, getting the house nice and ready, and Jax Woods on YouTube says, let's send China an FU card that says attack us during an outbreak. We will be unfair by sending in a small fleet of ships and aircrafts. That would be a dumb idea. Yeah. Yeah, so next time I come around, we'll be having an actual thing, an actual outline of what we're going to be talking about, so I don't branch off from my subjects and go into all other subjects. And if I do, I could come back to point. Um, Again, big shout out to Kevin McCarran, PhD on D Live, for shouting out my name on his stream. I really appreciate that. I really like getting shouted out by someone of his intelligence. Really cool. Really happy. I'll send you a link on where the shout out happened, when it happened. Give you a little timestamp of when he's shouting out Kush Toffee on D Live. That's really cool. He has about 2,000 subscribers. He's way bigger than me and way smarter than I am. So that makes me feel really good. The F-16S patrols the coast. Oh, I didn't know that. All right, Jax. I'm gonna be playing the show where I get shouted out on. It's the Kevin McCairn show that's going to be out next. This guy is going to help you understand what I was trying to say or just amplify the clarification of what I was trying to say. Okay, so next up, it's Kevin McCairn. Yeah, my shout outs in the front of that, the beginning of that whole video, guys. Go ahead and catch that. Like and subscribe. The Good Doctor on D Live. The Good Doctor on D Live. You will see him shouting me out at the beginning of that show. And trying to get to his videos here. And all right, guys. I will see you soon. Bye. And we're going to be back on with a podcast from Kevin McCairn. Talk to you guys soon.